Hello and welcome back to my channel. So this video is about natural makeup. I'm talking about like 1, 2, 3, I'm done and that's it. I'm not gonna do highlight and contour in this video. I'm not gonna put on lashes. Well, you can look at my face now. I didn't put on lashes. This is just a super basic face for a super basic type of person who just wants to like put some makeup on but don't know the first thing about it. Or even maybe if you do, you still can, you know, you can get some tips from this. So let's get right into the video. If y'all have questions, do them below for me. Okay, so the first thing a lot of people really don't know is when you do your makeup, you really want to moisturize your skin, prep it, get it ready. Moisturizing is going to make sure that the makeup doesn't look cakey when you put it on. It's going to help it to look smooth. And then you want to put some primer on after the moisturizer has got into your pores. You want to put primer on because you want the primer to go like in your pores and pretty much create this filling, like it fills in your pores and minimizes them. So I'm going to moisturize my skin. I'm using MAC strobe cream. MAC strobe cream is actually good for dry skin, and I think they have another one that is a little lighter that's good for oily skin. I have combination skin, but I like this moisturizer because it helps my it gets dry around my mouth. So I've moisturized my skin. Now I'm going to use this Benefit Pore Professional primer. And this primer is really good at minimizing the look of the pores. So you can use your fingers for all of this. You know, a lot of people try to make makeup really difficult, and it actually can be simple. It's just everything that we're watching nowadays is so extra. The eyeshadow is so popping, the foundation and contour is so dramatic. Like, so this is a super basic video. So you got your skin prep, you moisturize it, and you put your primer on. So now comes foundation. You want to be aware of whether this foundation is blending into your skin. When you put it on your skin and you blend it in with a sponge or you blend it in with a brush, whatever you're blending it with, make sure that when it goes into your skin, it doesn't look like chalk. If you are a woman of color, more than likely you have a warm tone. So don't pick something that has a cool tone, more than likely if you are a woman of color. So again, I said you can use a brush. So this is a good buffing brush, which is good to like get the foundation in there. This is a brush that you would use. I would use this for a liquid foundation. So I have this Fenty foundation here. You literally squeeze it out and you put it onto your skin. I would use a brush that's kind of a buffer to buff that foundation in until it's blended out. If you don't want to use a brush, you can use one of these triangle sponges. You can get these at Rite Aid, you can get it at Walgreens, CVS, any of your local beauty supply stores. You can also get it from Ulta. I want to show you both ways. I usually use these because I'm lazy sometimes and I'm just like, let me hurry up and blend it out. But I'll show you both ways so that I guess you know how to use it. But for the most part, most people use liquid, and liquid is, for the most part, it's a sheer coverage, sheer to like medium coverage. It means it can be very light or it can be like kind of in the middle, and then they have some that are like a heavy coverage, but for the most part they're usually from like sheer to medium as far as coverage and how much of the face they cover. So I'm using this Fenty foundation in the color, oh gosh, I'm terrible with this, 440. This is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. So matte means the finish is going to look more dry. When I say dry, I'm going to compare it to a dewy look. A foundation that is a dewy foundation is going to look shiny and glowy. But this is not going to look shiny and glowy. It's going to look matte. So I'm using a brush to show you how you would blend it in. Literally, with makeup, everything is just about blending. You keep going until you don't see the imperfections that you want to see anymore. I think for me, I can still see some of my dark marks here. So I'll add a little more foundation, trying to cover that up. If I don't want to do all of that, I could have actually put concealer on over those dark marks and then put foundation on. But I don't want to put all that product on, so I'm just going to use foundation for now. Makeup is very versatile. It's about how you want to do it. There's no right or wrong way, but there is a right or wrong way when it comes to you looking like a chalkboard or looking dead. But as far as application, everybody applies makeup differently. So I'm gonna show you some ways that you can do it so you can make your own, you know, routine. Putting on the foundation and I'm rubbing it in with the brush. So that's one way. You can use a brush. And like I said, if you're asking yourself, how do I know when I'm done? Look at your whole face. Is it blended out? Do you see streaks? If you do, keep going. Don't feel like you're blending too much. It's really no such thing when it comes to makeup. So another way I was going to show was with a sponge. So, liquid foundation. So I'm taking it, as you can see, I'm patting and moving, patting and moving, patting this into my skin. As you can see, it's not blended. You see all that? So I'm going to take the sponge and keep going. Take the sponge and keep going. It's not really a way to mess this up unless you keep product on you and it looks like streaks. So if you notice, I'm also going over my lids. You want everything to match. So boom, I blended everything out. Now I'm gonna take, MAC has a pencil for eyebrows. They have different colors. This one is called Spiked, and Spiked is pretty much like a dark brown. So what you wanna do is, the main thing for doing your eyebrows, you just wanna go with the shape of your brow. I have this MAC pencil. It's very fine, it's very small. It's very easy for me to just do the quick strokes that I need to do. So I am doing quick strokes with my brow. First, as you can see, I'm lining up the bottom. And you see the type of strokes I'm doing, but I'm not afraid to apply the product. I think a lot of people that are new are afraid to bear down because they're afraid they're gonna look crazy. With makeup, it's gonna take practice, so keep practicing these steps and I'm literally just filling in my brow. I don't really like a whole crazy brow. So, got the spoolie, and as you can see, I'm going back and forth between my pencil and my spoolie. You can buy these separate. If you don't have any, you can buy these little mascara wands. You can buy them separate at your beauty supply store. So I'm brushing my brow and then I'm filling it in until I feel like it's filled in the way I like it. And you know, our brows are not that even. This one is not my good brow, so I try to do it as good as possible. And that is a reason why I do use concealer sometimes to clean it up, because it kind of helps me to match it up to the other brow better with concealer. Oh, get it straight again. Like, boom. I'll show a quick way that you can just put some concealer on the back of your hand. You can get concealer from a beauty supply store. Now your concealer, you want it to be like 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. And this is called Fawn. It's from LA Pro Girl Concealer. You can get this from the beauty supply store. It's about $2 or $3.99 depending on where you live. You put some on the back of your hand. So you get a flat brush like this. You can also use one that's like this but smaller to shape your brows. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to take this flat brush, dip it in the concealer, and I'm gonna go across the bottom, and I'm just gonna shape my brow. And I want to take my time. If you are just learning this, do not give up. You literally just follow the line under your brow, right? And you see the product looks crazy, right? So what you're gonna do is you bring the product down. You bring the product down like this. Just bring it down to the top of your lid. Bring it down, blend it out. And you can take your brush that you had before or your sponge and just blend it out so that it's not so harsh. You don't want that. You don't want it to ever be really light under your brow, because that's ghetto. It looks stupid. It's ratchet. Like, no. So I'm taking more concealer, I'm dipping it in here. Only need a little bit of product because this is pretty pigmented. And I'm following under my brow, under the natural arch. Whatever the arch is that I see, I'm cleaning it up and going across that natural line. Boom. Then bringing it down. Just blend it downwards into the lid of the eye. And then I take something and I blend it out, and I just keep blending until it looks presentable and not very light just under my brow for no reason. I'm blending it out. Okay, you see a difference already with my face. So my brows are done. Now look, you can also go on the top here, but remember, if you go on the top with that light color, you have to blend it out good to where it's not showing. So what I'll do is I'll take my foundation, and I may put my brush in my foundation, which is the same color of my skin, and then I'll then I will shape the top of my brow too. Especially if my brows they really need to be done. This is a good way to kind of conceal hairs that are just out of place. So now this may look like it takes a long time, but this actually doesn't. Once you get the hang of it, it'll be a faster process. And also you can take out steps. So if you feel like you filled in your brows and they look good enough, you moving on to the next step. So right now all I have is foundation and I have my brows on. So at this point, if I wanted to, I could get some concealer and I can do a highlight and I can do a contour, or I could do that with powder. I can highlight and contour with powder. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cover my face in powder, because that's really like the old way people used to do things. I mean, and that's the way that I feel like that's the basic thing that I feel like people are looking for. Foundation and powder. So eyes as well. I'm not going to do eyeshadow, because eyeshadow is also very difficult and it takes a lot of time to learn. I will do how do I do my natural eyeshadow look. I will do that, and then you can kind of watch all of the videos and put things together. But this is just regular application of makeup. You know, there's different types of eyeliner. So we have pencil eyeliners, and we have liquid eyeliners, and we also have gel, black gel, where you can dip a angle brush in it and you can create liner. So I'm going to show you how to use liquid. Liquid can be difficult because it can go everywhere quickly and then you have to try to wipe it off, but it's really not that hard. What I would suggest is you get a mirror like this. Oh, sorry, it's a little dirty, but yeah, get a mirror like that so you can get close. And what you're gonna do is, so what you're gonna do is you're going to look into the mirror, take the very tip of the liquid liner, and you're gonna try to go as close to your hairline as possible. If you get some on your lashes, that's fine. And only using the tip to try to draw my line across, taking my time and doing short strokes. And you draw the line based on how thick you want it, and that's about how thick I want mine. So I'm gonna do the other eye. Then I like to do on the bottom, line it with a pencil. You just sharpen it. This is just a plain old black liner from Crown brushes. You can also get it from NYX as well. Several other companies, but those two I use myself. I'm holding down the bottom of my lash and just drawing a line. Then when I let it go, there's a line. Pulling it down this side. And boom. That's it. So now I have on foundation, I have on liner. Mascara is this black stuff with the prongs, with the spoolie mascara brush. You dip it in and you basically do like this. You go across and up on your lashes, and it's supposed to extend them, give more volume. I don't use mascara because I feel like they don't do much for me, but I'll put them on before putting lashes on because it helps the lashes to stick better. But I don't think I'm gonna do lashes in this video either. So you just put your mascara on. See how little my lashes are? Okay. And I barely have any on the bottom, so I don't even try to do the bottom. Okay. So now you need a fluffy brush and you need some powder that matches your skin tone, that also matches your foundation. So the powder I'm going to use is Studio Fix from MAC. This is pretty heavy. This is a heavy coverage. You can use this as a foundation by itself. I also have Dark Deep, which is a mineralized skin finish, which is also something you could use. So this one is very light. Use a fluffy brush and you just pat it into your skin. The purpose of powder is to control oil mostly, especially if you have oily skin. You want to keep one of these in your purse, so that you can do this like in the bathroom. That's why we say when you powder yourself, this is what you're doing. You can take it out your purse and powder yourself. So this is mineralized skin finish. This is the one that's for like sheer coverage. So I'm just using that. And like I said, if I would use the Studio Fix, it's heavy. It's a heavy coverage, which is good for some people. I just put it on there so you can kind of see. See, my skin looks flawless, but it's really not. I really did that all kind of out of steps. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter the steps that you do things in, because I usually put that on first and then do my eyes if I was just gonna do liner and mascara. So the face is set, the face is done. I put on foundation and I put on powder to set it, keep it in. That's it. I wear lashes, so my next step will be lashes, but I'm not doing lashes because this is a basic video. So the next step is lipstick. I'm going to line the inside of my lips because my lips are full and I do not need to go on the outside of my lips, even though that is a new trend. I don't know why people do that, but proper way is to go inside your lips if you have full lips. So I'm lining my lips before I put this color on so that it doesn't look too bright. Like to mix it in, and then I'm just gonna find lipstick. Mix it in. I like ombre looks, but really that's it. That's a very natural, oh, I'm going to work, I need to do some makeup real quick look. That's it. The next video I think I'm going to add lashes, and I'm going to show how to do highlight and contour. I already have a video on that, but I want to do like second part to this. So it's also explained very simple for people who really don't know how to do makeup, but they want to take it to the second step, which may be highlight and contour and putting on their lashes. So that'll be the next video. All right, thank y'all for watching. Bye.